Well, New Zealand Prime Minister Chris Hipkins has found himself the centre of a social media frenzy after he struggled to define what a woman is. He's gone viral. Have a look.
I just wanted to ask you, given comments by Keir Starmer in Britain, how do you and how does this government define a woman?
To be honest, Sean, that question's come slightly out of left field for me. Biology, sex, gender. People define themselves. People define their own genders.
Keir Starmer has said that he believes 99.9% of women do not have penises. And I know it's a strange thing for him to say, but given recent events in New Zealand, I'd ask again, how do you define what a woman is?
Well, I think as I've just indicated, I wasn't expecting that question, so it's not something that I've, pre-formulated an answer on. But in terms of gender identity, I think people define their gender identity for themselves.
I mean, gotcha questions used to be the price of bread or the price of milk. Now, apparently, it's what is a woman? Now, J.K. Rowling, the author, has tweeted this in response. She says, in the interests of balance, someone should now ask women how they define Chris Hipkins. Okay, well, let's bring in my panel for tonight, Gemma Tognini from GT Communications and Aaron Patrick, senior writer at the Fin Review. Aaron, going to start with you. Can you do better than Chris Hipkins? Is this a tough question? What is a woman?
I love a gotcha question, Sharri. For me, a woman is a person with a vagina.
No, of course. But how can he not answer this question? How can the Prime Minister of New Zealand be so stumped by a question like that?
Fear? Like fear and lack of leadership?
Look,
what else do you put it down to?
I think maybe we should give the guy a bit of a break. You know, there is a debate today about gender identity.
That's not the question.
Well,
the question is, what is a woman? And biology and science. Okay, if you and I were burned in a car crash, stay with me. If you and I were burned in a car crash, coroners would look at our bone structure and go, there's a woman because her pelvis looks like that, and there's a man because his pelvis looks like that. That is an immutable biological fact. And the question, yeah, it was a gotcha question, but given the context of where we are, and in the context of what Keir Starmer said, I think it was absolutely reasonable. And he just came across as a mealy-mouthed, university-level, totally I want to say paddler. I was looking for something a little bit more refined than paddler. It's not a difficult question to answer.
Aaron, it is a difficult question for a lot of people. We've seen parliamentary hearings here in Australia from the Women's Department where they struggle to answer questions. I remember Senator Claire Chandler not long ago asked the same question.
If you're a young person today, you are taught, and many of them believe, that gender is something you choose. Now, that's not how I grew up and that's not how I see the world. But if you're a politician, you have to be aware of this. You have to be aware there's a lot of... My daughter came home the other day and she said, Dad, you know, there's 91 different genders in the world. Now, she's 15 and I'm not going to tell her that she's wrong. 91?
91
Aaron,
different genders.
Yeah, and
Not sexualities, genders.
Genders.
Right.
Genders. And their view
and
is...
is this what she's picking up from school? This
is
the problem.
It is.
So that's my question. Like, I accept everything you're saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying. But my question... No, I disagree with the reasoning. My question is, you know, you said this is the generation who are told X, Y, Z. And do we not think in the light, the cold light of biological reality, that they are being done a disservice? I'm not talking about how somebody identifies. Like, I got a message on the weekend from someone on social media who said, amongst other things, I wasn't born a woman, I'm trans. I wasn't born a woman, I'm trans. What is wrong with that? That's the greatest respect for that person.